A photo of Rhea Ripley and former World Trios champion Buddy Matthews went viral last year, sending fans into a frenzy. A fan shared a picture of WWE star Rhea Ripley in a grocery store in May 2022, which sent the online wrestling community into a frenzy. Before a grand slam, Matthews, who is married to Ripley, appeared on the Josh podcast on the internet while scowling and brandishing a bunch of flowers. The picture has now gone viral. An Australian buddy named Matthews provided insight into the photo's beginnings. "I was standing in line at the deli, excited to get my cheat day sandwich," she said. A fan approached her and requested a picture. "I stood there and, being a good husband, purchased her flowers because I didn't want to lose my spot in line. I'm now waiting for my deli sandwich while holding flowers in my hand and simply standing there, gazing at the camera. I'm always ready to leap since I'm here to keep her safe from all the weirdos. I essentially serve as her unpaid bodyguard." Although Matthews joked that he wanted to embrace the situation, he often avoids the WWE fans who want pictures with Ripley. "I began to play the part of the enigmatic Wwe after taking a step back. I believe it's time to accept it and make it my own joke while I'm talking to friends." Resources for training are: Ripley writes a heartfelt Valentine's Day letter to Buddy Matthews, even though they are working on different causes. Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley are a happy couple who are often seen flirting on social media, demonstrating how deep their bond is now. During his match against Kazuchika Okada, friend Matthews, who is now participating in a Grand Slam tournament in his own Australia, paid homage to his wife. That is available to see here. Ripley took advantage of the opportunity to post a Valentine's Day greeting on Instagram to her spouse. In it, she called him a fool and said she loved him. Her message is shown below. Real-life relationships often make headlines, but professional wrestling is renowned for its dramatic plots, surprising twists, and betrayals. One such event recently shook social media. A picture of current WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, shared online by her real-life husband and fellow celebrity Buddy Matthews, has gone viral. Captured a private and emotional moment between the two of them filled with wonder, intrigue, and several questions. Finally, Matthews spoke about the importance of the picture, his unwavering love for Ripley, and the difficulties of supporting a woman who dominates the squared circle, but has difficulties in other spheres of her life in an exclusive interview. The picture that went viral the world of professional wrestling was routine until friend Matthews shared a private image of Rhea Ripley. But the image sent supporters into a tizzy. A picture taken backstage at a WWE event shows Ripley sitting on a steel chair with her hands clenched together, her head down, and body language that suggests profound thought, irritation, or tiredness. But Buddy's comment was what truly made the picture go viral, not just the picture itself. Viewers began to speculate about what was happening behind the scenes as soon as Ripley's injuries was revealed, whether it was related to Dominic Mysterio, her aunt's decision in the Ollie case, or something more private. With a little chuckle pulling at the corner of his lips, Buddy Matthews said, "I knew the second I hit post that people would read into it 1,000 different ways." Before responding to the popular post, he sat back in his chair and let out a breath. "I don't blame them, to be fair. Actually, it meant a lot. It wasn't simply a casual message." As he continued to pose for the picture, the Esther, who is known for being fierce in the ring, seemed much more serious. It was shot just after one of Rhea's most emotionally and physically taxing nights in recent memory. Many people overlook the fact that Rhea is still a human being in spite of her commanding presence outside of the ring. We've spoken extensively about how wrestling is both her passion and a chore, and how draining the travel, pressure, and attention can be. He hesitated, rubbing his hands together. It was obvious she was tired that night. She needed some time to gather herself, and I had to remind myself that, despite her strength, she still needed protection from the toxic demands of the workplace and the burden of expectations. As her spouse, I had that duty. Rhea Ripley has been the unchallenged champion of the Women's World Championship and a dominant force in the women's division of the WWE for months. But tremendous power also comes with enormous responsibility. And Ripley has discovered that she is according to a buddy. Feeling pressured to perform every night may be exhausting when you're expected to be a top performance. Rhea makes it seem simple during these big fights, but you don't see how much time she spends recovering from injuries and questioning her abilities. She is still a young lady bearing the burden of a whole division, yet people overlook that. His voice is forceful, and he leans closer. The cacophony is continuous, with people questioning her booking, criticizing her personal life, and saying she should do more or less. No one can really understand what it's like to walk in her shoes. The silent issue, Dominic Mystery's The Judgment Day partnership, has been one of the most talked about hacks pairs in WWE, with fans either adoring or detesting their connection. Fans were wondering whether Buddy was gently critiquing the storyline character, or if his post had anything to do with it. My pal said, laughing, "I knew people would go there. To be clear, I have nothing against Dom. It's her job and a plot point. To be honest, I think they did a good job, but I can see why others are critical of her. They forget that she comes home to me when the cameras stop rolling, even though they see him on TV every week. It's not necessary for you to feel insecure," he added with a shrug. "I am aware of our current situation. I am aware of her identity. Above all, I am certain that she has my back." According to what I've heard, Matthews made it apparent that he came up with the concept to protect Rhea. Fans of wrestling may picture Ripley charging into the ring to fight opponents or doubters, but he was much more than just a wrestler. There's more to his involvement in her life than meets the eye. He wants her to understand that she doesn't need to prove herself to anybody, particularly herself, and that she is sufficient. Consider the events surrounding Liv Morgan's injuries and setbacks. Even the finest of us experience it. But when you're at the top, you feel as if you can afford to fall. I have to keep her safe because of this. If you let it, the insane industry of wrestling has the power to consume and expel you. Buddy's message went viral, and Rhea Ripley quickly responded, as any mother would. "Always safe with you, babe," was her succinct but powerful remark, confirming what fans had suspected. Rhea and Buddy's love was indestructible. Buddy made sure Rhea never felt alone in the ring, even though she was the dominating force in WWE. What will happen to Buddy and Rhea next? Fans will probably be enthralled by Ripley and Matthews' connection as long as they are involved in the WWE. Buddy, however, is focused on keeping his word and isn't worried about demonstrating anything to the outside world. Rhea Ripley's friend Matthews will always be there to defend her behind the scenes. Know of how strong she seems on television. "All I care about is making sure she knows I'm here, and that she has a place to land, no matter how loud the world gets," he added, adding that he didn't care about clicks or conjecture. That's family and affection.